Hi guys, great to have you for another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over something that really holds you back if you're not able to do this properly and you'll just keep constantly hardly making any sales at all. So check out this video. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is niche validation, because oftentimes people don't really take the time to do this properly, as it'll save you wasting a lot of hours doing research, and then you'll be able to understand what niche that you should and shouldn't go into. Now, I've been on KDP coming up to 2 years now, and these are the steps to validate a niche that I've found that have worked best for me. Now, I've also seen another KDP YouTube channel called Royalty Wizard that has done a similar video to this, so I'll link his video for you guys to view. He's definitely got one of the best KDP YouTube channels, so check out his video. Now, my steps for niche validation include checking the search results, then checking what is the demand, then after that, checking how recent the book was made, and finally, can I stand out in this niche? And I'll take you through the steps in more detail. So for me, the first step involves checking the search results. Now, we know Amazon does not always give the correct figure. However, it is important to make sure that the niche you're going for is not oversaturated. So the higher number of search results, then the more saturated a niche is. Therefore, your book is going to struggle to be found. But the lower the search results, then the better chance that you have of appearing on the first few pages and getting a sale. As we know that most customers will only look through the first few pages, and if your book can appear on those pages, then you're more likely to make a sale. But also be aware that sometimes many of the books that show up are not directly related to the search keyword. So for example, this is one of the keywords that I showed in a recent Q2 niche video. And the keyword was 100 questions for mum. And it's come back telling us that there are 804 results. However, if we scroll down, we can see that there are not actually many books that use this specific title. So even though there are over 800 results, it does not mean that there are 800 books with this specific title. So don't allow a certain amount of results to put you off, but just make sure you check how many books are directly related to that keyword. Now, next, you want to be taking a look at what is the demand. And for this, BSR is the best indicator, and BSR stands for bestsellers rank. So the lower the rank, the more sales you are getting. And if you find a few books with a low BSR, then that means the niche is in demand. But just make sure that you are not getting too hung up by finding the perfect BSR and doing hours of endless research, as a collection of higher BSRs can still make you good sales. And I'm going to show you an example using the BSR calculator. So a BSR of 1000 makes 2,198 sales per month. Then a BSR of 10,000 makes 374 sales per month. Then a BSR of 100,000 makes 48 sales per month. And then a BSR of 1,000,000 makes 5 sales per month. So even selling 5 books per month with a $2 royalty makes $10. And then you have 10 of these books, then you're making $100 each month. So that's what I mean by just having a collection of higher selling BSR books can still make you good sales. The third check that I like to have a look at is how recent the books have been made. If you look at most of the older best-selling low content books, you will notice that a lot of people would have tried to already replicate these kind of books. They've already have a lot of copycats that have tried everything under the sun, from pricing their books lower, creating multiple listings, even running ads. But the copycats will never sell as well as the original. That usually in most cases has a lot more reviews, and most customers are more likely to trust that original book. So where I have found success is in focusing on books that have been selling well in the past 30 to 90 days. just because there's a lot less competition. They're also not going to have as many reviews, and there is recent demand for these books, so are more likely to get a sale. So just make sure you focus on finding what's new and creating unique books rather than just repeating what's been done a million times over. And the final check that I'll do is asking myself, can I stand out in this niche? Oftentimes, most people will teach you to create similar books, but the problem with this is that you're not doing anything different to attract the customer's attention. But a few questions I like to ask myself is, do I have knowledge about this niche? Because I've noticed the more knowledgeable I am about something, then the more value I'm able to provide to the customer. I'll be able to add something to the book that maybe all the other books in that niche don't have, or even think about other keywords that people aren't using. Then I also consider how many reviews are there. So if you find quite a few books with hundreds or even thousands of reviews, then it is going to be really challenging to compete against those books, as customers are more likely to purchase books with good reviews. And then another thing to consider is, what are the quality of the covers like? This is one of the first things that is going to attract a customer to your book. So if you can create a cover that is better than everybody else's, then again, this will give you a much better chance of getting sales. Thanks for taking the time to watch another video. And if you've got any questions, you can leave them below. And if you're struggling to find out what niches are in demand, then I suggest you watch this video where I talk about the top 5 free research methods to find in-demand niches.